quite a few names for Kylo.
Yeah, but I mentioned most of those were just mean.
Quite.
Actually, everybody gets fucked with.
Anal. Making myself smile and I get excited about this.
Anyways, so good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday, and welcome back to the Man Scape. We are your #1 source for the degenerate, the deplorable, the fun.
All of the above.
Yeah. So I didn't go with Manscaped.
Yeah, it just makes me think of shaving balls.
That might be a video too. That's a video for another day, by the way. Today, we here at the Manscaped, we realized that shooting, albeit fun, it's expensive as hell. Would you guys agree?
Fuck yes.
Agree?
Oh yeah.
So what we want to look into today are two great options for entry into rifle markets. We're going to go over a Colt Expanse 2. I do realize, guys, it is the cheap AR, so I'm going to give you about 5 or 10 seconds to go ahead and blow the comment section up. Tell me what a piece of shit I am for buying this. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, got that out of your system? Good. Alright, and the next one we're going to go over is, again, a Wazer 10. Going to go ahead and wait 10 seconds.
You might need to give that one 20.
Okay, 20. I'll give you guys 20 seconds on this one.
Movie magic.
Okay, now, so now that your comment sections have blown up, we're gonna explain, well, I'm gonna explain why I purchased both of these. We're gonna take them out to the range and see if they really are viable options for entry into the AR and the AK fields. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and give our impressions on, at a first glance, what we like and don't like about both of them. We're going to go over the specs, and then we're going to go out to the range, and we're going to shoot some shit. Does that sound good?
Oh, man.
Alright, cool. So with that being said, Phil, why don't you tell us 2 things you like and don't like about the Colt?
I mean, it's a standard AR. They're light, they're accurate. The modularity of them is the big thing on ARs. It's basically the grown man's Barbie doll. There's 1,000 things that you can put on it or take off of it and customize it how you want. It's pretty much endless. This particular one, I like that Magpul foregrip and AFG that you put on there. And of course, the adjustable stock. I mean, there's a reason this gun's been used in the U.S. military for, God, close to 60 years now. I mean, it just works. It's light, they're accurate.
Well, I mean, even though it wasn't, but that works too.
What?
I mean, the AR wasn't used in the military ever.
Same fucking
It is not the same thing.
Alright.
Guys, let us know what you think, if it's the same thing or not, because...
Definite poll coming about that. That's for sure.
Anyways, so 2 things that I like and do not like about the M4 Expanse. First and foremost, just like what Phil said, the modularity of it. As far as the platform is concerned, you can't find anything where you can't find an an AR, sorry, that you can't make to your specific likings. So, I mean, the aftermarket support is beyond measure for these things. So that's definitely one thing that drove me to this. The second thing I like about this is the price point. I think I paid about $430-500 for this, and it's done very well for me so far. I've had 0 malfunctions. I mean, for your first AR, for a rifle that you want to take out and learn the platform with, instead of having to go out and buy a $1,300, $1,500 Gucci rifle from BCM or something like that. You know, just your off-the-shelf AR, it'll do you fine for your first one, in my opinion. Yeah, what I don't like about it, again, this is just me. I have done everything for Magpul because I thought that was the cool thing to do. The only thing I didn't like about these was the factory grips on the M4. It feels it's just uncomfortable in your hands.
Blocky.
It is. It's not so much blocky. It's I can't believe I'm gonna say this. It bites a little bit too hard. It feels like little kitten claws digging into you. If I can steal your words there for a second.
The puppy teeth.
Yeah, the puppy teeth. So that would be the only thing that I don't really care for. But outside of that, I really can't think of a better entry level platform. Dave?
Puppy teeth and kitten claws here pretty much kind of went over it. Biggest thing I like about the AR platform is that it is very customizable for what you want, whether it's close range, long range rifles, whatever you want. This gun can be built into it. Entry level is probably the best way to go if you're just getting into it. The saying goes is most people need a $700 AR and $2,300 worth of training instead of the other way around. So basically, if you're wanting to get into the rifle market, go ahead, stop by, pick up a Colt or Smith & Wesson, $600-700. Get out there, get some training underneath your belt, and then start putting some modifications on and seeing what feels comfortable for you.
Then maybe take a step further and build your own from scratch.
I mean, at that price point too, you can even get into like the Diamondback or the cheaper Andersons.
You could.
There's plenty
Oh, yeah.
of options out there.
Plenty.
Absolutely.
Plenty. Just do your research.
I mean, in that price range, I don't think you can really go wrong.
No, you
They're all basically across the
Yeah.
board. It's going to be.
It's not going to be a
brand.
Daniel Defense. It's not going to be an LWRC. But if it goes bang, it goes bang.
Right, exactly.
So, the next one that we're going to be taking out to the range today is an entry-level AK style rifle. This is a Romanian Laser 10. This rifle I actually bought on a whim and had to ride with it strapped to my back all the way back from Bunnell. I think I got pulled over like 4 times.
And the fact you picked that gun up from Bunnell says it all.
That's
When
where opportunity
when opportunity presents itself, sometimes you have to jump on it. Shut up. So this rifle, I picked it up for about $500 or $600. I mean, it was a cheaper AK. It already came with the Archangel furniture on it. I actually do quite like the Archangel stock. I would like to get some wood furniture on it because in my opinion there's no better no more organic shooting experience than a wood furniture AR or AK, excuse me. I think you guys could agree with me on that one. Really? No, you don't like the wood?
No.
No, she like wood.
No. Your mom likes wood. No, I do. I'm not a big fan of wood.
Mom, I'm bleeping
furniture
that one
on
out.
AK.
Really? Why?
It's just too heavy. I think it gets marred up too easily, and I think they're ugly as shit like that, to be honest.
If you're using it for practical purposes, whether it's going to the range all the time, whether you're going to use it for home defense, although that wouldn't be my personal choice for home defense.
And here's the thing too, that's just personal preference.
That is absolutely personal
I mean-
preference. I think going basic, the way it comes is again getting into entry level markets into this. It's perfect the way it comes. You're gonna take it out. You're gonna put some rounds through it. You're gonna beat it up. If you're just getting into it, taking it apart, throwing it down, you're gonna beat it up. So
Don't like he said. Don't be afraid to pick up a entry level AK rifle. I mean, I've put about couple thousand rounds through this thing and it's never malfunctioned. I've never had an issue. Nothing's ever broken. Cleaning it, maintenance, incredibly easy.
Oh yeah, you can teach a 10-year-old how to disassemble or reassemble one of these in about 10 minutes.
I mean, they do in the caves in Afghanistan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look, I never said we were going to be PC here. So with that, the only things that I really don't care about when it comes to the AK, first and foremost would be the fact to adjust the front sight you need a tool. I didn't know that when I bought it, and I've suffered since, so I'm having to find one. That's not really a big deal though. And the other thing I really don't care for is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but the grip on the AK, it's small. It almost feels like cardboard, so that's something that's going to have to get changed. But those are really my only 2 qualms about it. I mean, ammo is relatively inexpensive, obviously depending on what you want to use. I mean, I love this rifle, I do. It's been nothing but fun so far. So I guess we'll pass it off to...
Alright. Honestly, one of my biggest downsides on the AK platform versus the AR platform is weight. Big deal. I mean, AKs are just inherently heavier than ARs are.
You gotta remember, you're also throwing a much bigger round downrange.
Yes, but they're also less accurate too.
That's not entirely true.
You got to put a lot of money into an AK to make it as accurate as an 18-inch barrel AR.
Well, that's comparing apples to oranges.
No, it's kind of comparing apples to apples. It's just like a different.
It's kind of comparing
of
guns to guns.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we'll put it that way. I also think it's worth noting that the AK platform, shooting a 7.62 by 39. I mean, great round. But as far as I know, this is the only popular weapon system still using that round. Even the Soviets went to the 5.54, and we use the 7.62 by 51, which is the same as a 308. I mean, the things just work though. They just go. They don't stop.
Absolutely.
The stamped metal on these is very durable. If you see how these things are made, you would think that it's like a Tinker toy. I mean, honestly, they're stamped out like old-timey fire trucks, like toy fire trucks. But they just, however they do it, it just works. Their gas impingement systems run and run and run. You just kind of can't kill them. And that's their biggest thing. In the sand, mud, dirt, what have you, they just don't stop. And AKs have kind of come back a lot in the U.S. market in the past, I'd say, decade and a half, to where they're starting to become more like ARs. People are making more aftermarket furniture for them, which makes it a lot more fun to me, honestly, because when you can customize it to make it your own, you're going to enjoy shooting that much more. You really are. You're going to like, going to the range and showing it off a little bit and, just pulling it out to play with. And that's the biggest thing. It's just having fun with it, no matter what you get. So, we all have our personal preferences. If you like the AK platform more, go with the AK platform. Whether, it doesn't matter about, weight and everything. If it's just more fun to you, I mean, screw what everyone else thinks, dude. Do what you want. Other than that, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some drawbacks comparison side by side. AR is going to be inherently more accurate, lighter, but the AKs, they do have a type of nostalgia to it that just you can't go wrong with. You really can't. Deep.
Yeah, I mean, I love the AK platform. Just basically, pretty much for the movies that you see, and everything that you see in war movies, whatever it is, terrorist movies. They've always got AK-47s, and the good guys always have the M4s or the ARs. So you kind of get that cops and robbers feel, that cowboys and Indians thing with it. As far as what I like about
I thought a cowboy movie.
my personal
Shut up, Indian.
anyways, my personal down feels about this system is again weight, overall customization, and practicality. Like realistically, if you're going out, the majority of us we're doing it for sport. We're doing it for the fun. We're either hunting or going to the range. This isn't really a hunting pistol or a hunting system. Shut up. As far as boar and deer go, Kyle.
Bullshit.
As far as human hunting,
Well, hold up. Backtrack.
rewind that. So anyways, back to this platform. My personal preference is the AR over the AK, just for, again, weight, modularity, and just overall fun. I prefer to bring my AR out and pop some rounds off of that. Again, back to what you can carry. Again, if you're on the move, shit hits the fan, and you've got to just move quickly. My AR and all the ammo for that is inherently a lot lighter to carry, which means I can carry more of it. And again, if shit hits the fan, more is always better.
Well, now, guys, keep in mind we are talking about entry level rifles here. I don't think this is going to be. This isn't exactly a comparison between one or the other, because they are two incredibly different platforms.
Absolutely.
So what we're looking for today is the Wazer 10 and the M4 Expanse, are they viable options for your first AK or AR rifles?
Absolutely. I mean, you don't want to go out again and buy a $2,300 or $5,000 platform,
Which
just
you
to
can
go-
easily do in either one of these.
Right. I mean, the options are endless. But again, just getting into it, you're not going to run out and buy a BMW for your 15-year-old kid who's never been able to drive before. So
Apparently, they've never been to Spruce Creek High School.
That's true. We had a kid that got a freaking Viper.
oh, of course.
Yeah.
Anyways, so with that being said, guys, let's run over the specs real quick and let's take it out to the range and shoot some shit. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Best part of it.
All right, so
My forward is
we just got to Ocala, and the first one we're gonna put some rounds in is the Wazzer 10. So it's a regular AK, 7.62 by 39. Right now, I think we're using the 22 grain Wolf. So just cheaper, Tula. So it's cheaper ammo, but we're really just trying to see how it feels as an entry-level AK. Really step into the market. So let's put a few rounds in it and see how we like it.
pull the trigger 10 times on the
Powder measure, so I made that one for outlet. So I know what I'm putting in. Muzzle load.
I want it down, kind of just put it right on the metal thing right there.
Had a bit of an issue cycling it at first, but really still don't like the grip. It still is very small in your hand.
So if it down doesn't go flying, okay? Because it will pull back.
But all in all, not unusable.
You got the 6 gauge, I think.
Finger.
I like it.
Number one thing.
So let's try a bit of a rapid fire. It's the last little couple ones in the
Oh
bag.
no, that's my yeah, that's my 12 gauge cartridge gun.
It's a big round coming out.
All right, so not uncontrollable. You definitely feel it. 7.62 is really still. I like the rounds. One of my favorite rounds personally. But
Aim it and shoot for that target.
I mean, for entry level, in my opinion, the trigger could be a little bit better. But I mean, that's what you get when you only spend $600 on an AK. So let's get Phil behind it and see what he thinks on that. So let's go ahead and do that.
Let's get her done.
Right. I know more. I need to hold that to be stiff and my arms to be fresh. There's one recoil. I just so that's helping. It's helping. Here they get more. You know what I mean? You have to lock this in place.
That bitch is getting hot after a couple hundred rounds. I mean, 7.62 by 39 is not my favorite round. I think for this style of weapon, it's a little bit of a heavy round. But it gets the job done. Recoil's not it's not unmanageable whatsoever. The only thing is, you do have a lot hotter rounds, so the gun it's going to get a lot hotter, a lot quicker. You saw when I first grabbed on it, I'm not used to this firearm, so I grabbed it too close and then too far, burnt the hell out of my hand. But that comes with the territory. I should be wearing gloves, which I do recommend for any shooters whatsoever, especially new shooters. Wearing gloves is always a good idea. But for me, the gun cycled just fine. Magazine locked in great. Shot arm. And we were hitting the target. So, I mean, all in all, for a budget gun, a gun that isn't going to cost you a lot to get into. I mean, I can't really say.
All right, so the next one we're going to go over is the M4, the Colt M4 Expanse 2. This is the first AR that I actually ever bought. Kind of like I said earlier, it's pretty much all just the standard mag pull, except for the grip. That's the factory one, and the flip up and the sights. Probably have those up. So yeah, let's put some rounds through it and see what our impression is of an entry level AR that you didn't build.
Keep going. It's on there. I'm sorry. Remember, this is where you need.
That didn't sound right.
All right, so what can I say outside? We had a small cycling or feeding issue. I'm not really too sure why I wouldn't pick up a round, but for an entry-level AR, you know, you get what you get. An AR is going to be pretty much a baseline AR at the end of the day. It was crisp, no recoil, accurate. Really, outside of sound, not that intimidating for a new shooter. I think that's something somebody can seriously get behind and learn a lot about without having to, like I said earlier, spend $1,400 on building some Gucci BCM AR. So let's finish off this round and see if some rapid fire, and we'll go from there. So again, nice, easy, controllable, something you can seriously live with. Doesn't hit too hard. I really don't have too many complaints on it, even for being an entry AR. I know that some people are going to say, oh, well, you know, the internals, aren't they? Shut the fuck up. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. But, yeah, for a nice $400 AR, I really don't think you could do too much better off the shelf. So, again, let's get Phil behind it and see what he thinks.
Alright, so got lots of the AR. I've shot plenty of ARs before. I've never shot this one though. I've never shot this model. I've shot plenty of other lessons, and but this one's gonna be a new one to me. I do like the fact that Kyle has the AFG angled foregrip on there. Not a big fan of vertical foregrips. I believe these give me a better purchase. So let's go ahead and run some rounds through. Let's go.
Here. I'm trying to get straight out.
Okay, gun cycled perfectly. Bolt locked open on the last round. Y'all can't see it. We're shooting water rounds out here today just for some fun, and drilled the hell out of it. It was going great. One thing I did notice about this gun is it does send a little bit of some back pressure into your face. I was getting a lot of that cordite back into my nose. But I'm sure there's things you can do to fix it. I love that Magpul MOE full end on it, the AFG grip. This stock AR grip is kind of something that I'm just used to, so it doesn't bother me too much. I think a lot of people have a little bit of an issue with the rough texture on it, but I've got thick hands, so it doesn't bother me so much. The Magpul MOE stock, this one's a little bit loose for me. I'm not sure if it's something that you can tighten up or not. It's something that we'll probably look into here in the next 5 minutes. Other than that, I mean, it's got a decent trigger in it, especially for an entry-level AR. You can't really ask for too much more out of a stock trigger.
When you look at it,
other than that, gun ran great. Have no complaints on it, other than a little bit of the backlash on the expelled propellant. Other than that, like it. All right.
3, 2, go. Meanwhile, brass goes 15 feet away.
Sorry, not sorry.
All I have are like.
Let's see what.
So The AR actually had a failure, so I'm guessing that sticks to the,
No, because it was ammo related. Light primer strike.
let me see.
Or actually, the primer got hit, the round didn't go off.
No, let's not point that at you then, just in case.
So, that could either be a light primer strike or bad ammo. Not sure.
Does that mean we get to do it? Oh, we don't have enough ammo to do it again.
I mean, it's not like I walked up here with a 22 caliber.
I still win.
To be continued.